Tonight, former acting ICE director and former federal prosecutor Jonathan Fahey joins us to dig further into the latest numbers and more. Jonathan, immigration was one of the key issues on the minds of voters in the presidential election. As someone who has worked on the front lines, describe the difference under this administration in your eyes.
Well, sort of the main difference was the Biden administration actually was in favor of open borders and bringing people in and bringing illegal aliens in. And the Trump administration is in favor of enforcing the border, enforcing the law. And I think one of the best things that the Trump administration has done has just simply been the messaging on the issue. Because when you see these numbers that, border crossings are down 95 to 99%, people know that if they come here, they're not going to get to stay like they thought they would under the Biden administration. And it's not worth it for them to pay the money to the coyotes, which are the people that took them across the border. Sometimes it's $7,000 to $9,000 a pop. It's not worth it if you're just going to get sent right back around. So everything the Trump administration is doing is really the opposite of what the Biden administration was doing.
On that point, there is a focus on Tren de Aragua, on alleged members, on terrorism charges. Do you agree with the approach that the Trump administration is taking?
Yeah, it's a really good approach, and it's certainly a unique approach. But they are using the Alien Enemies Act, and they're declaring Tren de Aragua as an alien enemy, and therefore they could deport them in large numbers under this act, which supersedes other immigration laws. So it's a great approach, one, to get gangs out of the country, which I think 90+% of the Americans agree with. And remember, these gangs were brought in by the Biden administration. No one that I know has heard of Tren de Aragua before the Biden administration. So this approach is great.
This is all moving extremely rapidly. Do you believe that this approach to immigration will continue, or based on all of the challenges, some legal experts saying some of these cases will make it all the way to the Supreme Court, do you think any changes will be made? Curious to hear what your expectations are for the future.
I certainly think there will be changes as circumstances change, whether it's court rulings or anything else. But I think the major change will be a lot of these things the administration is doing. Once they go through and survive the court challenges, the administration will be able to sort of do this more efficiently and smoothly, particularly with the Alien Enemies Act. There'll be a very efficient process put into place. So do I think I think the numbers will remain high, they'll be consistent, and the numbers at the border will remain low, but certainly circumstances will change and the administration will adjust. But I think generally the tone, the tenor of this is going to remain throughout Trump's administration.
Former acting ICE director and former federal prosecutor Jonathan Fahey, thank you for joining us tonight on the National News Desk.
You bet. Thank you.